One of the biggest storylines this summer, if not the biggest storyline, was the rise of Caitlin Clark and her ascension to superstar status. And as I'm sure you guys know, Caitlin Clark, she's a superstar not only on the court, but in the ratings department. As with her playing, eyeballs on TVs, butts in seats, they're breaking records every single day. Now, the big time question we have to answer is the Caitlin Clark effect only about her or the entire league?
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
And Mabry comes up with the board. Long pass, perfect to Reese.
The harsh truth about the WNBA in 2024, yes, they are gaining popularity. But the gap between Caitlin Clark's popularity and the rest of the league's popularity, that is a Grand Canyon-sized gap. For example, look at her game versus the Lynx just a month ago. This game on a Friday night, going head-to-head versus the NFL. And despite that, this game pulled over 1 million viewers, going head-to-head versus the biggest sports league in America. For some context, the WNBA in any game, playoff, regular season, the past 15 years outside of Clark, hasn't pulled 1 million in any game. And looking at the playoff rating numbers, they're even more staggering. Game 1, Sun vs. Fever on a Sunday, it pulled 1.84 million, going head-to-head versus the NFL at 3 o'clock. Now for a 1-to-1 comparison a week later, after Clark got bounced. The next Sunday, Lynx vs. Sun, one of the same teams, the same time frame, again versus the NFL. This game pulled a whopping 650K.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, that right there for a 1-to-1 comparison, a Sunday game, 3 o'clock, playoffs versus the NFL, with Clark versus without. That's about as good a case study as you can have to see Clark's value. And of course, her value is about 1.2 million viewers and a drop of 65% game to game. That fact right there for a lot of players is a very tough pill to swallow. Case in point, someone like Angel Reese. Angel Reese has her fan base, her niche fan base. Is she Caitlin Clark transcendent on the court or off the court? No, not really. As even looking back at their college days, the most watched games in March Madness history, Caitlin Clark has 3 of the top 6 games of all time. Was Angel Reese a part of some of those games? Yes, she was. But the common denominator, the one constant, is Caitlin Clark. All these record-breaking games involve her. Yes, here and there there's an Angel Reese, a Paige Beckers, some great superstar players. But the one constant is Caitlin Clark.
Logical.
And looking at the non-Caitlin playoff games once again, Aces vs. Liberty, a big-time prime matchup, MVPs, Olympians, champions, Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, Brandon Stewart, the whole 9 yards. This game, in theory, should pull millions of viewers like Caitlin Clark. Now, looking at the actual facts, this game in reality didn't crack 950K. Again, compared to Clark, on nearly identical circumstances on a Sunday versus the NFL, Clark pulls 1.84 mil. Asia Wilson, Brandon Stewart, the whole crew, can't crack 1 mil. Again, that drop over 50% Caitlin Clark versus the rest of the league. And looking at Clark's final game in the playoffs, Game 2 Sun vs. Fever, this game on a Wednesday middle of the week, it pulled 2.54 million viewers, one of the most watched games in league history. Now, comparing Game 2's Fever vs. Sun compared to Sun vs. Lynx, Aces vs. Liberty, again the drop-off is downright frightening. Suns vs. Lynx, the decrease was over 70%. Aces vs. Liberty, just over 60%. What these numbers prove beyond a shadow of a doubt is that Caitlin Clark, she is the WNBA. Yes, they have some stars, some marquee players, but in terms of league-wide popularity, they have a long way to go. At this point, you have one player who's box office and a phenomenon. Outside of that, really nothing. Once again, players like Asia Wilson and Brandon Stewart, they're great players, all-time great players. Are they needle movers? Absolutely not. And looking at Asia specifically, one of the big-time gripes from her is her signature shoe with Nike. As according to some reports, Nike has put Caitlin Clark on the back burner in favor of Asia Wilson. Now, why they done that? No idea. Not smart business, and the all-time great blunders for a marquee phenomenon. It's like Nike back in the day saying Michael Jordan, yes, he's a great player, transcendent, but he's a rookie. I'm not going to give him a shoe just yet. You know who we're going to give a shoe to? Kareem. And again, Kareem, like Asia, a great player at that point, better than Jordan. But the thing is, nobody's wearing Kareem 1s or Asia Wilson 1s. You know what they will wear? Air Jordan 1s or Caitlin Clark 1s. And if you want to do a modern day comparison, look at someone like Jokic versus Steph Curry. Jokic at this point is the best player in the world. Is he transcendent, a marketing phenomenon, a needle mover? No, I love Jokic, but he's not. Someone like Steph Curry still, more popular and more box office. And again, the average sports fan, the average person out there, they're not going to rock Jokic 1s no matter how great they were. What they will rock is Steph Curry 1s, Steph Curry shoes, Jordans, or the eventual Caitlin Clark shoe, not the Asia Wilson shoe. What this all comes down to is the WNBA's failure on all levels. Marketing, shoe deals, promotion, all that and more. Caitlin Clark's rookie season on the floor, a massive success. Off the floor, a complete and utter failure. And like I showed you guys numerous times, the league minus Clark, if she's not playing, yes, they get some interest. But these games are pretty tough to watch.
Look away, child. Look away!
So that right there is the end of the video. And once again, Caitlin Clark, from a female perspective, kind of the MJ Curry Bird hybrid, transcendent play on the court, and marketing wise, just otherworldly. How you mess that up, screw that up, it's beyond me. What it comes down to in essence is WNBA, as well as Nike, sparing some players' feelings and ignoring the actual data, marketing, and the dollars. As again, someone like Clark is a rookie, and despite that, is transcendent. Past players, even current day players, like a Brittany Griner, Asia Wilson, Brandon Stewart, all time historically, are greater than Clark. But those players, the way they play, kind of in a low post, old school game, not exciting or really transcendent or captivating to the average sports fan. Caitlin Clark is actually exciting, must-see TV. Her playstyle is intriguing. Those players, a lot of the players in this league, their playstyle isn't transcendent and quite frankly isn't reminiscent of the NBA game. So WNBA, best of luck in year 2. Year 1, you kind of screwed it up. Year 2 probably won't be much better. For Caitlin Clark games, we will tune in, we will watch. The rest of the league, we'll check the scores, monitor it here and there. We're not going to be tuned in like we are the Indiana Fever. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.